Hey guys, so the first job this morning is this 22-foot hydraulic tilt and load, and this one we've already done lots of work to it. From brand new, we got a winch mounted on there. On deck lights, there's two, I believe they're 22-inch or 24-inch, I can't remember, light bars on either side. And there's also some really neat under deck lighting down here, right there, on all four corners. And what happened with this one was the customer went away for a few days, left the trailer parked, and a mouse or a couple mice got into the power box here, made a nest that the customer's already cleared out, but they started chewing all this wiring up. So there's spot there, there's another one. Oh, that was okay. Oh, another spot there. There's chewed through wiring all over the place. The charger's chewed through on the other side. So we got to go through and fix all this damaged wiring. Luckily, there's lots of wire in these harnesses, so I'm hoping I can just cut out what got chewed on and reconnect it. Still have plenty of wire left over. Oh, that went to the switch. Push button switch right there. So we gotta get that hooked back up, get it all tested. He said that there was a lot of sparking and stuff, so we got to go through, check all the fuses. Be hard to see. The one on the black wire there is okay. The white wire, not great. And I got to figure out what that runs. I think that is the charging and ground wire that the manufacturer would have put in to charge the battery. So we got a few things to go through. Let's get after it. All right, so got the first bit of chewed up wire cut out, and get this stuff all pushed to the back of the truck where it's easier to prep. This wire is kind of tricky. It'll be hard to see. It's tricky to work with because it is very, very small and very low amperage. This just runs the control side of the relay to the switch or to the push button, so it's pretty small stuff. And so for when it's this small, I like using these non-insulated butt connectors. I don't know if I got this held at the right angle or if you can see it, but they work really good for this stuff. I use this and then good quality double wall and insulated double wall glued heat shrink, and it seems to work very well. It gives it a little bit of an extra hold and helps seal it up. Apparently I'm fairly clumsy today, dropping tools non-stop. Luckily it's just onto the truck and not into the mud. That one being hauled. Sometimes with wire this small, I don't have any of these butt connectors that are any smaller. Sometimes you got to fold the wire back over on itself to make it a little thicker and hold well. That's it. So we'll cut off a few pieces of heat shrink off this roll. And do the other side. All right, first side prepped, on to the other. All right, so that guy reconnected there, reconnected at the switch end. So I think there's another spot on this harness somewhere. Just got into the sheathing there, no big deal. Oh, I didn't touch that one, not much anyways. So once everything else is hooked up, we will test everything, and then I'll come back and even though it doesn't look the best, we'll throw some tape over it. What I should have done, and I didn't think about it till I reconnected it, was I have some nice bigger heat shrink. I should have slipped over the wire at each end first, and then that way I could have put one big piece of heat shrink across the connection to really seal it up well. But we'll put some electrical tape on it. It'll be good enough. It gets hidden way down underneath the pump anyways, and get it all sealed and cleaned up. So we'll carry on fixing the rest of it. Okay, so here's where we're at. We got everything fixed. Everything's reconnected. This little guy here, I remembered to put the big heat shrink on it so it's nice and clean. That one there, we'll have to do some tape work too. Tape that guy up. But I think that's everything. So I'll get you guys set up. We'll reconnect all the batteries here. This is just the cabling for the hydraulics, the hydraulic motor rather, which it didn't, luckily it didn't get into any of that. I suspect that this cheaper wiring that they make these relay harnesses out of is probably some soy-based wiring, and mice seem to love soy-based wiring. Big issue on Volkswagens. But we will get everything hooked back up to the battery, test everything, and get it all cleaned up and on to the next one. Okay, so the only thing that I won't be able to test here is the charge controller, because I don't have a 120 power source and there isn't one here at his yard. So the mice didn't touch the wiring for it, so I'm sure it's fine. But the customer knows he's gotta inspect that. Once he gets the trailer going again, I'm sure he'll take it to his house and get it all checked out. All the fuses replaced. That guy. This harness. I'm gonna have to go around and zip tie all this stuff up. Get it all cleaned up and tucked back in behind the motor. The pump motor rather. But I'll throw this on temporary just to get everything all tested. I'll put the battery cables back on for the hydraulic motor too, just to verify that there's no issues there. Like I said, it doesn't appear that the mice got into the wiring for that, so I don't think there's any concern there, but I'm not going to leave without testing it. Okay, so that fuse is good, fuse is good. Missed one. You double check before you start flipping switches. A couple guys just stopped by a few minutes ago. They said the MTO, the ministry, was out blitzing on one of the local sort of smaller highways here. So I guess the government's trying to get their money, but I know this guy's stuff, he keeps up on his maintenance, so I know he's not worried about it. All right, test some lights. So we got our switches down here, which are hard to see. The first one, I believe, is the under deck lighting, which is functioning. And the other one should be the light bars on the deck, which are working. Hard to see because it's so bright out. Good. So let's get these battery cables done and get them situated in a spot where I don't have to move them around again, hopefully. Disconnect them again. Underneath all this stuff. Alright. That one. One coming behind. Hold this. Wants to be the other way around. Okay, good. Be careful not to touch the side of the trailer. That's on. That and we go. Power down. Perfect. So I'm gonna work at getting all this stuff cleaned up, and we'll do a little overview once we're done. All right, that is it for this one. Get all the wiring fixed up. Got it all secured, zip tied, tucked back down in behind the hydraulic pump and the battery. I also hooked his remote winch cable back up. Tested everything again, made sure it was all working. Hooked up the test box to the trailer, made sure the charge circuit was working, and everything's functioning good. So get this closed up, get the truck closed up, and we're on to the next one.